What's up, YouTube? Welcome to iIrvingTV, and I finally got my first gameplay video up. I'm so excited about it. I'm very happy about it. It took me about 2 weeks to put it together, not because of editing reasons, but because I wanted to make sure y'all had some amazing footage, make sure that some great footage be put up, because I had to refresh some of my skills because I haven't been playing that much lately, so I had to make sure, you know, that I at least give y'all some decent footage. I mean, I'm not the best gamer in the world, but I gotta at least give y'all some decent footage. So this video ain't nothing too fancy. It's just a little compilation video of a couple of games that I've been playing the last couple of weeks. What I have here is Star Wars The Old Republic. Also have Star Wars Battlefront 2. I have Assault Android Cactus, Trails of the Blood Dragon, Halo 5, and I also have Gears of War 4. So hopefully y'all enjoy this footage. As far as what I'm going to do with gameplay on this channel, I'm still trying to decide exactly what I'm going to do. If I'm going to do reviews or I'm going to be doing some gaming vlogs. Still trying to figure all that out. So as far as the direction of where I'm going with this, y'all will know soon enough once I, figure out all the kinks and, exactly what I'm trying to do here. But I definitely want to give y'all more gameplay videos, a lot more gaming. I will still be doing my regular vlogs and stuff like that, but I also want to give you a mixture of things, so that's one thing. Now, before I go any farther, speaking of Star Wars, if you didn't hear, they announced the return of the Clone Wars. That was one of my favorite shows. At that time, I stopped watching Cartoon Network because it was going a direction that I couldn't really watch anymore. But when Star Wars The Clone Wars came on Cartoon Network, that gave me the reason to, watch Cartoon Network again. And me being a big Star Wars fan, I mean, it was just an amazing show. I mean, it was just great all around. Now, when they came out with the movie, I scratched my head a little. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I kind of scratched my head a little and was trying to figure out where they was going with this. But then when they came out with the TV show, I was like, okay, I get to watch this every week, new episode every week. And as time went by, as more seasons came out, I really fell in love with the show, and it was just amazing. There's a lot of drama, a lot of action, And then when it finally went off the air, when it got canceled, any Star Wars fan, all Star Wars fans, I think, was disappointed with, how the way it ended. Well, not disappointed, but we wanted more. And then when it came out with the lost episodes, the lost season, whatever they call it, that was exciting because it's like, okay, we got more. But then after that, we wanted more, especially when we heard, they had more. They had other seasons in the works, And the reason why I believe it originally got canceled because of the whole Disney deal, because the Clone Wars was right before Disney bought LucasArts or Lucasfilms, whatever. So to hear that it's coming back, and Rebels was good. It was awesome. I was actually surprised, how good Rebels were, and because when the show first started, it was like, we wasn't sure. And I think Clone Wars was the same way, but as time went on and on and on and on, Rebels grew more on me, especially when they, the return of beloved characters, with Maul and especially Thrawn. I mean, when Thrawn came back, it was just amazing. When they first announced it, I think I was screaming because it was so amazing. Because anybody that was a fan of the expanded universe, everybody knows that Thrawn was a very loved character from the expanded universe. And when Disney first bought Lucasfilms, one of their big announcements was that if it ain't this or that, it's not canon. So everybody was like, whoa, wait, what? So y'all are deleting these stories, from our hearts. and I had that same outlook too. I was like, whoa, wait a minute now. I mean, you can't just take this away from us. But as time went by, they started reintroducing these characters. I mean, it was a lot of changes that that we didn't really like too much, but we kind of grew to like. But yeah, Rebels was just amazing all around. And I'm not gonna put no spoilers out there, but they made, they introduced a lot of characters, from the newer movies like Rogue One. They connected somehow, some way, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. So yeah, the return of the Clone Wars, that was amazing. I think I was at work when I saw it. Actually, I was at work and I took a quick look at my phone, and I didn't believe it at first, because with the internet, you can put anything out there. But then when I saw the trailer, I think I was excited. So I'm very excited for that. And at first, I was a little skeptical about it, because I'm thinking, oh great, they might tone it down a bit. Because if you remember Clone Wars is actually a little bit more violent than we anticipated. But then again, but anyway, yeah, it was a little bit more violent. And then when they did Rebels, I mean, it was still good, but when it came to some of the action scenes, you can tell this was geared towards more of a younger audience. So it was like some of the action was just like, kind of, when people got killed, they kind of turned away the camera, or they kind of did things to, not directly show the action or the killings, or somebody getting impaled with a lightsaber. So it was a lot of things that was just, you can tell, was geared towards a younger audience. Where as Clone Wars, they wasn't over the top, but it was like they didn't hold back neither. So I'm very excited for that. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so that was my worry at first, but then Disney was like, they're gonna put it on their streaming service that they coming out with. So with that, I think they have more room to play around, because Rebels was on Disney XD, where Clone Wars was on Cartoon Network, where Cartoon Network has a little bit more freedom towards it. So I'm just excited to see where this goes. So yeah. Now, some announcements for y'all as far as what's going on with me is I'm officially a college student now. I just had my orientation at J. Sargent Reynolds Community College, and I just registered for classes. So yep, I'm officially a college student now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of scared, because if I haven't mentioned before, y'all know I don't really like school. I'm not against education, but I don't like school because school was kind of a scary experience for me, because I always struggle with the work and things like that. So it's just going to be scary for me, but it's also going to be a new stepping stone for me, because I want to better my life and I want to advance in my life. So I'm taking these steps so I can, become better. So hopefully this experience will go well. And I'm doing majority of my classes online. I would do, the entirety online, but of course there's math, and I always been bad in math. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my math classes in person, so that way I can have the help that I need when I'm trying to do my math problems and things like that. If I need help, the help is right there, rather than trying to figure everything else out on my own. So that's why I'm doing that in person. So yeah, it's gonna be a new experience. It's going to be a new experience, and like I said, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little afraid, but I know it's gonna be okay, because in about 2 or so years, when I get my associate's degree and when I walk across that stage, I know it's gonna be worth it when I get a good job and be able to do what I need to do and do what I want to do. So yeah. Also with me working, I'm still going to school. I'm still working full time. Working 2 jobs. If you don't remember, in my previous video, I said that I was working 2 jobs, of course, my main job at the pharmacy, and then I'm doing Uber Eats on the side, which has been going pretty well. So I'm trying to balance that, also trying to balance YouTube. So hopefully everything goes well and everything turns out well. Like I said, this is kind of a scary experience because this is the most busiest I ever been in my life. Like I said, working a full-time job, going to school. Right now I'm considered a part-time student because I'm taking I think it's like less than 8 credits, I believe. I don't remember the exact details, but right now I'm considered a part-time student, which I wanted to be that way so I can balance out, and I also want to see how things will work out. If things work out, I might just do, be a full-time student, so that way I can graduate within 2 years. So, yeah, everything's going pretty good. A little scary, trying to balance out a lot of things, YouTube, work, school, personal life. But yeah. So if you like this video, go ahead and press the like button. If you dislike this video, hopefully you didn't. But if you did dislike this video, press the dislike button because I always appreciate honesty. Drop a comment below, subscribe to my channel, and until then, promoting peace, gaming, and wings.